We are covering these 5 top actively traded stocks that are in green today. While watching intraday price actions, let us inform you our review on F. Ford Motor Company is an automobile company. It develops and delivers Ford trucks, SUVs, commercial vans, cars, and Lincoln luxury vehicles, along with connected services. The company's segments include Ford Blue, ICE and hybrid vehicles, Ford Model E electric vehicles, Ford Pro commercial and government sales, and Ford Credit vehicle financing and leasing. Ford Motor Company will inject 4.4 billion euros into its German subsidiary to sustain its European operations amid rising competition, economic pressures, and industry challenges. Despite speculation about a potential exit, Ford remains committed to the region but warns of more tough decisions ahead as it works to revive its European business and adapt to shifting consumer demand and regulatory changes. The company has urged Brussels and Germany to take stronger action to accelerate EV adoption and lower costs to compete with Chinese automakers, who continue to gain market share with lower production costs and aggressive pricing. Ford's call for policy support highlights the need for infrastructure investments, incentives, and regulatory alignment to create a more competitive landscape for Western automakers. This strategic move aligns with Ford's global efforts to balance profitability in ICE and hybrid vehicles while expanding EV operations. The capital injection is expected to help stabilize European operations, fund restructuring efforts, and position Ford for long-term success in an evolving market. Investors will be closely monitoring how Ford manages cost pressures, regulatory requirements, and market dynamics while maintaining its competitive edge in the global automotive industry. Our review on RDFN. Redfin Corporation is a technology-powered real estate company. It operates an online real estate marketplace and offers services in the purchase or sale of homes, including brokerage, rentals, lending, title insurance, and renovation services. The company's segments include real estate services, rentals, and mortgage. Redfin connects consumers with rental properties and helps them view homes through on-demand tours, with services aimed at closing transactions. It operates in over 100 markets across the U.S. and Canada. Rocket Companies, RKT, has announced an agreement to acquire Redfin Corporation in an all-stock transaction valued at $12.50 per Redfin share, totaling $1.75 billion in equity value. Each share of Redfin will be exchanged for 0.7926 shares of Rocket Companies Class A common stock, a 63% premium over Redfin's 30-day volume weighted average price. Upon completion, Rocket Companies shareholders will hold approximately 95% of the combined entity, while Redfin shareholders will own around 5%. The acquisition has been approved by the boards of directors of both companies and is expected to close in the second or third quarter of 2025, subject to shareholder and regulatory approval. Redfin CEO Glenn Kelman will continue to lead Redfin, reporting to Rocket Companies CEO Varun Krishna. This move is likely aimed at enhancing Rocket's digital real estate and mortgage services, aligning with the growing demand for integrated home buying experiences. This merger strengthens Rocket Companies' position in real estate and mortgage services, combining Redfin's technology-driven real estate services with Rocket's mortgage operations. Investors will likely see this as an opportunity for growth, but the $65.5 million termination fee, if the deal is canceled, could affect sentiment. Overall, The acquisition represents a reshaping of the digital real estate services market with strong synergies expected, offering both companies a broader platform to leverage their combined assets. Our review on VRN. Veren Inc. is a Canada-based oil producer with assets in central Alberta and southeast and southwest Saskatchewan. The company's principal activities involve acquiring, developing, and holding interests in petroleum and natural gas properties. Its core operational areas include Kaybob Duvernay, Alberta Montney, Shaunavon, and Viewfield Bakken, with assets that offer low-risk drilling and resource-rich land in key oil plays. In a significant business development, Veren Inc. has entered into a strategic combination with Whitecap Resources to form a light oil and condensate producer with a strong presence in the Alberta Montney and Duvernay. The deal, valued at approximately $15 billion, will create the largest Alberta Montney and Duvernay landholder. Under the terms, Veren shareholders will receive 1.05 common shares of Whitecap for each Veren share held, with the combined company expected to have a production forecast of 370,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. The transaction is set to close before May 30th, pending shareholder and regulatory approval. Post-transaction, Whitecap shareholders will own approximately 48% of the combined company, while Veren shareholders will hold 52%. Whitecap has also secured a $500 million increase to its credit facilities, ensuring financial support for the transaction. In addition, the combined company's annualized funds flow is forecast at $3.8 billion, with free funds flow projected at $1.2 billion after capital investments. This strategic merger strengthens both companies' positions in key oil regions, leveraging their complementary assets and technical expertise. The deal is expected to enhance operational efficiencies and accelerate growth, offering investors a more diversified and robust platform for future development. The approval of the transaction by both companies' boards and the formation of a special committee at Veren underscore the strong backing for this business combination, making it a key event for investors to watch closely. Our review on T. AT&T Inc. is a holding company and a global provider of telecommunications and technology services. The company operates through two primary segments: Communications and Latin America. The Communications segment includes mobility, business wireline, and consumer wireline, providing wireless, wireline telecom, and broadband services to both U.S. consumers and businesses worldwide. The Latin America segment offers wireless services and equipment, primarily in Mexico. In recent news, AT&T Enterprises LLC, a subsidiary of AT&T, has received a significant $15 million payment from the U.S. Department of State. This payment, recorded on February 25, 2025, further underscores AT&T's strategic engagement in government contracts. The payment is part of AT&T's broader involvement in providing telecom and technology services to governmental agencies, solidifying its role as a key player in the public sector telecommunications market. This transaction could serve as a catalyst for further growth opportunities in government contracting, enhancing AT&T's revenue streams. As the company continues to expand its service offerings in both consumer and business markets, the $15 million payment highlights the importance of its government business, complementing its broader communications and technology services. Investors will likely monitor how AT&T leverages these contracts to drive future growth and bolster its financial performance in the coming quarters. Our review on CORZ. CORZ Scientific Incorporated provides digital infrastructure for Bitcoin mining and high-performance computing, with a network of dedicated data centers across the U.S. The company operates in 3 primary segments: digital asset self-mining, digital asset hosted mining, and HPC hosting. Through these services, CORZ Scientific mines Bitcoin for its own account while also offering hosting and computing services to third-party customers. A key recent development is the executive order signed by President Donald Trump to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, officially recognizing Bitcoin as a reserve asset. The reserve will be funded by Bitcoin forfeited through criminal or civil asset forfeitures, with the Department of Treasury and Commerce allowed to explore budget-neutral strategies to acquire more Bitcoin without incurring taxpayer costs. This executive order is likely to have a substantial impact on the digital asset industry, potentially driving greater demand for mining infrastructure, hosting services, and high-performance computing. As a leader in providing these services, CORZ Scientific stands to benefit from increased institutional interest and government involvement in the Bitcoin market. With its vast infrastructure and established expertise, CORZ Scientific is well positioned to capitalize on the growing demand for digital asset services, further enhancing its role in the expanding cryptocurrency ecosystem. Please subscribe, give the video a like, and check out more from our playlist. Thanks.